Okay. So, yeah, sorry, I had to stop you in your mid-flow there to change the battery.
Okay.
Right, so I already had the car in gear. I had the gas set.
Yes.
I had the clutch and biting point. I had my hand on the handbrake, and you were just about to talk me through the observations, yeah? So the first place I'm going to check is the interior mirror.
Yeah, first place you're going to check the interior mirror.
Is there anybody coming?
Is there anybody coming?
No. So obviously, if there was somebody coming, there's no point in me checking anywhere else, yeah?
Okay.
Now the next place I'm going to check is
your
left door mirror,
door
yeah?
Mirror.
Is there anybody, is there any pedestrians or cyclists coming down the pavement?
Is there any pedestrian or cyclist coming down the pavement?
No. If there was,
just hold still.
well, I need to make sure that they don't decide to walk in front of me, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? And then I need to look ahead. Is there anybody coming ahead?
Okay, you need to look ahead. Is there anybody coming?
No, I can't see anybody.
Okay.
And I need to check where next?
You need to check your right door mirror.
Alright. Is there anybody
or any car coming?
overtaking me? No. No.
No.
And then where's the last place I need to check? I need to check the blind spot.
Yeah, you need to check the blind spot.
Which is between my headrest and the door pillar, yeah?
Yeah, you need to check the blind spot between your headrest and the door mirror.
The door pillar.
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, and what can I see?
Can you see anything?
Oh, I can see that tree behind me, yeah?
Okay.
That tree could be a young lad sitting on his moped, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
This tree, a young lad may be sitting on with the moped.
So I don't need to indicate because obviously there's nobody behind me. There's nobody coming towards me. So I'm going to release the handbrake and keep my feet still, yeah?
Okay.
Now I'll talk you through the steering bit. So steer 5 minutes towards you, Tony.
5 minutes towards you, Tony.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet still.
Now steer 10 minutes towards me, Tony.
10 minutes towards me, Tony.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet still.
Now 5 minutes to you, Tony.
5 minutes to you.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet still.
Right, now you can see the car's going nice and slow, yeah?
Yeah, you can see the car's going nice and slow.
No, that was just me telling you.
Okay.
Right? Right, so I'll do the stopping bit on my own, yeah?
Okay.
So you could actually see that some of it was actually coming quite natural there. You actually thought about what you would do yourself if you were moving away, didn't you?
Yeah.
Because you actually told me I need to check the right-hand door mirror before I actually said it.
Yeah.
So that's a very good way of approaching it. If you actually think, well, what would I have to do to move away? Then you've only got to tell me to do that, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? So try it again?
Yeah.
So we're going to try the moving off again, yeah? So we're going to do the preparation bit. So see how much you can remember about talking me through.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Tony, we are going to do the moving off
Alright, yeah.
today. So we got 3 things you need to know about moving off. It's prepare, observe, move.
Yeah.
The first thing we are going to do prepare. What you need to do first thing, just glass, put your feet on glass.
Just tell me to press the clutch all the way down.
Yeah, press the clutch all the way down.
Yeah.
Then put your hand on gearbox.
Gear lever.
Gear lever.
Yeah.
Now push towards me.
Push towards you.
Push towards
Yeah.
me. And then go. Just push up.
Forward.
Push forward.
Yeah.
That's your first gear. If you don't do it in your first gear, if it's like gear number 3 or 5, your car may be stalled.
All right. Don't want to do that in my first lesson, do I?
No.
Yeah.
Okay. Now what you need to do, just your class, release your class with 1 centimeter.
What about setting the gas?
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah?
You got to
Set the gas, yeah?
set the gas, 1 pound coin.
About the thickness of a pound
Yeah,
coin,
about the thickness of a pound coin.
Alright.
That's it. No. Come off a little bit.
So why is it important to set the gas about the thickness of a pound coin?
You might disturb the naval.
Yeah?
Or your car might be jumped.
It might go too fast down the road, mightn't it?
It might go too fast down the road.
Right.
So
And I need to put my hand on the
steering. Oh, handbrake.
but don't release it. Yeah?
Put your hand on the handbrake, but don't release it.
Okay. Well done.
Now we're going to do one about clutch.
Yeah.
So first thing you need to do, release your clutch 1 centimeter
At a time.
at a time.
Alright, that's a centimetre.
That's a centimeter. Now release another centimeter.
Yeah.
That's the second, and now release another one. No, you done it. Just
So if I get it too high, just say down the thickness of a pound coin, or half the thickness of a pound coin, yeah?
you went too high. Just down the thickness of pound coin.
It's important to have the biting point,
It's important to have the biting point,
because if I'm too high on the clutch,
because if you're too high on the clutch,
the car will go too fast down the road.
the car will go too fast down the road.
If I'm not on biting point,
If you are not in the biting point,
the car may well roll back.
the car may well roll back.
So there's kind of two consequences in there.
Yeah, two things, yeah.
Now I've got my hand on the handbrake. Yeah. So what bit are we going to do next?
We are going to do. You done your prepare bit.
Yeah.
We are going to do our observation.
All right.
First thing you need to do, look at your interior mirror.
All right.
Can you see anyone?
No, can't see anybody here, but
No.
nobody coming.
Okay. Now you need to look your left-hand door mirror.
All right.
Can you see anything?
Like what?
Can you see any pedestrian coming or bicycle
No.
moving? And
No.
If you see anyone coming, make sure you don't move.
It's not necessarily make sure I don't move. It's just to tell me what I'm looking for. This is me coming out of roll, by the way. If there is any pedestrians or cyclists coming down the pavement, I need to be aware of the fact that they could actually decide to cross the road in front of me, yeah?
Yeah. Okay. So happy to remember.
Yeah, it'll come. Don't worry, you're doing very well.
And
Now,
you checked your left door mirror. Now you need to check into your mirror again. Is anyone coming?
No.
Okay, now you need to check your right door mirror. Can you see anything? Any car coming?
anybody overtaking me, you mean?
Yeah, anybody overtaking you now?
No.
Now you need to look about your biting point. The biting point is just your head.
Blind spot.
Blind spot. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you need to check your blind spot. The blind spot is behind your headrest.
It's between the
It's
headrest
between the headrest
and the door pillar.
and the door pillar.
Now, it's very important that you actually, just as me coming out of roll again, it's very important that you watch me to make sure I do check, yeah?
Yeah.
Because there is a possibility, if you're not watching me, I might only look as far as there, which is no good, yeah?
Yeah.
So if I don't look, push me. Say, no, Tony, between the headrest and the door pillar. Yeah?
Yeah. Can you see anything?
Oh, I can see that tree behind me.
Yeah. If it's a tree behind you, you might. There might be a moped, a little kid sitting around with the moped.
He's a bugger on that moped, isn't he? He gets everywhere, doesn't he?
Yeah.
That was good. And then we're going to release
Now we are going to release
the handbrake.
handbrake.
Yeah. Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet still.
Steer 5 minutes towards you, Tony.
Yeah, steer 5 minutes towards you, Tony.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet still.
Now steer 10 minutes towards me,
now,
Tony.
Now it is 10 minutes towards me, Tony.
Keep your feet still. 5 minutes
now 5
straight.
minutes straight.
Keep your feet still.
Keep your feet still.
Good. Right, and I'll talk you through the stopping bit. So we're going to check We're going to come to a stop in a second, Tony. Keep your feet still. We're going to check the interior mirror. Is there anybody coming behind you? No. We're going to check the left-hand door mirror. Is there any cyclists coming down the inside? No. So do we need the signal? No. So I'm going to come off the gas, put my foot over the brake, which is called covering the brake. Steer 5 minutes to you, Tony. 5 minutes
To me.
to me, yeah. Now, Tony, steer 10 minutes to you, and then 5 minutes back and straight, clutch down, and brake gently to a stop. Yeah?
Yeah.
Now, keep your feet still, Tony.
Keep your feet still. Tony.
Put the handbrake on. Keep your feet still, Tony. Into neutral. Once the handbrake's on into neutral, I can relax my feet. Yeah? And then when we've stopped, we can talk about the safe, legal, and convenient, yeah? Yeah, in other words, we're not blocking the driveway, the drop curb, yeah? If the curb's not dropped, if there's not a drop curb, but there is a driveway,
Yeah.
officially, you don't really have to worry about that, because that person shouldn't have driven across that curb to get to their drive, yeah? Because the law says if you have a driveway, you must pay to have the curb dropped, yeah?
Okay then.
Yeah. So the other things we're looking for is that we haven't parked opposite a parked car on a narrow road,
Okay.
and we're not parked illegally by parking on a double yellow line or whatever.
Double yellow line.
Yeah. So how does that feel?
A little bit release.
Was it a little bit easier than what you thought it would be?
I don't know. I felt it's hard, but it's okay. Like, I done my first time, and yeah, I'm thinking now I can do it. Or if I do more practice,
Yeah.
maybe I can.
Use easier words.
Yeah, that's the thing. I need to
Use words that make sense to you, because they will make sense to me. It's like, you know, when you tell me to select first gear, you know, tell me to push the gear lever forward. Yeah?
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
A lot of it was actually starting to come there, because you were starting to think, well, I know what I do, so that's all I need to do is tell him what I would do, yeah?
Okay.
You're actually remembering the mirrors, yeah? And obviously remember when you asked me to check my blind spot, it's very important to watch me at all times, yeah?
Yeah.
Because if I was your examiner, I probably wouldn't check the blind spot,
Yeah.
because I'd be checking that you're checking, that
Yeah.
I'm checking, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah? So watch my head movements, yeah? If I'm checking the blind spot properly, usually you have to see the back of my head, yeah? And I know there's got to be millions of people on video tonight saying that's his bloody best part, yeah? But we don't care, do we? We can take the insults, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you can see the back of my head, and then you can back it up by asking me what I can see, yeah? And then if I can tell you I can see something, yeah? You can actually then use that and educate me by that and say, well, that could be a young lad sitting on his moped getting ready to ride away, yeah? And these things will help me to learn a lot quicker.
Yeah.
That's very good.
I don't know.
Eh?
Was it?
Yes, it was very good, yeah? I noticed you trying to use the pictures there, yeah?
Yeah.
And hopefully when Blaine gets in, he's probably out for the day with his family today, but hopefully when he gets in tonight and he tells you how you can pay, you will probably have this link to your email probably sometime this evening, yeah? And then once you've downloaded it, you can sit at home while you're having a cup of tea or a glass of Coke, yeah? Or a glass of beer, or whatever you do. And you can then actually start memorising this, yeah?
Yeah.
Because obviously once the car starts moving, you don't want this on your lap. For the simple reason, if you're looking at this manual or this visual aid, you're not looking at me, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah? The main difference between your part 3 and teaching a real learner driver, and you'll get a lot of people that will actually, you know, come on and say, we're talking a lot of rubbish when we say this, yeah? There's a big difference between teaching a real learner and teaching a trainer or taking your Part 3 exam, yeah? And I'll tell you what the difference is that a real learner will kill you if they can. Yeah? They don't mean to kill you.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
But because they've got lack of knowledge, lack of experience, your trainer or your examiner, unless they're having a very bad day and they decided to commit suicide, yeah? And they don't give a damn about taking you with them, they won't crash your car, yeah? So with a real learner, you need to be watching what's happening on the road and watching them, yeah? With when you're out with your trainer or when you're out with the examiner on the day of your Part 3, you need to be watching. Let's say he's just getting ready to emerge from a junction, yeah? If he sees you looking round at the junction and not watching him, he'll sit back and think, well, you're doing the looking, I'll leave you to it, yeah? And he won't look, yeah? So you need to watch them to make sure that they're looking in the right place, yeah? And then you can have a quick glance if you want afterwards, yeah? But with the trainer, with your trainer or with the examiner, you don't particularly have to worry they're not going to crash the car, yeah? With the trainer, it's his car that he's going to crash. So it's not going to go down to whoever's insurance company. With the examiner, he'd have a little bit of a job explaining to his governor when he goes back about why he crashed the driving instructor's car out on the test, yeah? So, it's not going to happen. Alright? So there is a difference between teaching a real learner and taking your Part 3 test, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
But don't worry, as you get a little bit nearer your Part 3 test, or when you've had your Part 3 test, there is loads of guidance on the website of teaching. There is videos on there of teaching real learners, yeah? And it's very important, I'll be encouraging you to study them, because don't forget, I know what you're going to be doing after you pass your test. I know you're going to be taking out real learners, and in some cases you may even be taking out real learners and not charging them to give yourself a little bit of experience. It's not 100% necessary, but some people do. If you are going to do that, talk to me first, and I'll give you guidance on it.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a difference, yeah. But I will talk to you about that. I will make sure that after you pass your Part 3 that I'm there, Blaine's there, the website's there, everybody on the forums there, we're all there to guide you and help you, yeah? Because once you pass your Part 3, that's only your first hurdle. Then you have to move on to actually doing the job for real, yeah? And then your next great big worry, of course, is your check test. So you're thinking you're looking to that, yeah? So you'll see loads of posts on the forum from people who have got their first lesson tomorrow, and they're really worried about what to do and how it's going to go. And then if you look on there the following day, they'll put a post on there to say, I really enjoyed it. It went really well. Yeah? Any questions?
No.
No. It wasn't quite as hard as what you thought it would be, wasn't it?
No.
No. Obviously, I didn't chuck you in and make you do the whole thing, and I promised you last week I wouldn't. Yeah. We will build up to it gradually. At the moment, we're spending most of the time on your Part 2, but we are actually starting to move into the instructional side. Because that's obviously, we need to build up to that, because you need to be getting some practice at that, and we'll need to move in a little bit deeper next week. Yeah. Hopefully you'll have your visual manual printed off. Yeah.
So you laminated them, didn't you?
I got somebody to do it for me. But if you don't know anybody who does laminating, you can actually, if you look on the internet, you'll find places quite near where you live that actually do it for a very, very small fee.
Is it?
You don't have to laminate it, but by laminating it,
Yeah, it's more easy and like.
well,
you
it
can
protects
read them.
it protects it as well.
Yeah.
And it means you can write on it.
So is there any page numbers I can go to or not really?
Yeah, there is. Just go past the keys. Yeah. And there's the index. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So copy and now.
Yeah.
So it's nothing like writing down there like you tell me to do. Okay.
No, but you can actually find bits that you actually think. I keep struggling to remember this.
Yeah.
And you can buy these little markers that you can rub out. Yeah. Or if you want to keep it permanent, you can buy a permanent marker, and you can write on there anything you want to help you. So if you, let's say, keep forgetting to say check the blind spot, then you can make a note on here.
Okay.
Yeah, and that just gives you a memory jog. Yeah. But once the car starts moving, or before the car starts moving, this book has got to go into the back. Yeah. Right. Otherwise, you won't be watching me. Yeah. Yeah. So on the day you test,
I can't have that one, can I?
once you've given the brief, no more book is finished with you. The only time you take the book out is if you pull the examiner over or you pull me over, and you want to explain something by showing me a diagram. Then you can reach back and get the book, and then once you finish with it, again put it in the back seat.
Oh, okay.
There is a thing that you can use on the Phase 2. I don't want to go too far into it today. It's called an analysation sheet that Blaine does on his website, and you can print off for free. Yeah, but I don't want to go into that today because you're going to be thinking, what the bloody hell is he on about? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll just stick to what we're doing at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
We've got your part 2 to worry about, and your introduction to part 1.
Yeah, part 1 and part.
Sorry, your introduction into
part 3.
into part 3. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've now actually been to WH.
So which is the most important for the part 3? I mean, like, once you're in introduction, I mean, like, moving off, if any learner knows the moving off, how to move off, I start in the car and just fast gear. Oh no, I can explain it now, maybe later on.
No, go on, explain.
I mean, like, which part is harder to teach him?
Well, it's a routine you teach him, isn't it? Yeah. The routine is quite simple. The bit that you can't control is what other road users are going to do. Yeah. Okay. The routine is never going to change, apart from the fact we may signal or we may not signal. But what's happening on the road is going to change from lesson to lesson, or even from each move away and stop to the next move away and stop.
Yeah, I understand.
Because on the first one, there might be nobody around. On the second one, there may well be somebody around. Yeah. So you have to be ready to change and tell me what I'm doing if the situation changes. Yeah. So once you get me moving, as I'm going to stop, this is going to happen. I'm going to look in the mirror, and there is a car behind me. So I am going to need to indicate left to pull over. Yeah? Or we might even get an occasion where I'm just about to pull over, and there is a young lad cycling down, and he's gone a lot faster than I am, yeah? So it's very important that when you ask me to check that left-hand door mirror, is there any cyclists coming down the inside of me? Because you might not have seen it.
Yeah.
But with two of us looking, we stand a good chance of seeing it. And I say to you, yes, there's a cyclist coming down the inside of me. You've immediately got to say, don't put the indicator on and don't steer. Otherwise, that young lad is going to be, well, he's going to be squashed up against the pavement at least, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, I'll give this a pause.